Hello, everyone. We're going to, I think, to the west from Minnesota here. We're going over to the Dakotas. We're heading over there. We got one of the rising people. She comes over to North Tartan for AAU, but let's have her go ahead and introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Jordan Christofferson. I'm a small forward and I'm class of 2027.
Welcome, welcome. Well, once again, like I said, we're going west. I had to get my direction there at the beginning of the start. So, let's start all the way back at the beginning. What's some of your earliest and first memories of playing basketball?
Well, I was lucky and fortunate enough to have my mom be kind of my coach throughout my whole youth. So just to gain knowledge from her and have her be in my life in that sort of
Hmm.
way, because she's one of my biggest role models. She played basketball in college, and so just to learn from her at that young age. I think it was like second grade or first grade or something. So just to constantly learn from her and have her as my coach was probably my favorite memories.
Fair. So, who wins in one-on-one, mom or you?
Definitely me. Definitely me.
Fair. Of course. They got to pass. Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
And so, how would you describe yourself to someone who hasn't had the opportunity to see you play yet?
I would say I'm constantly working. I don't take breaks. I lead. I like to communicate, and I just scrappy, and every possession counts, every play matters, and yeah, that's kind of what I would
Fair.
say.
I think one of the words I would add is physical. Like, there's no shying
Yeah.
away from physicality at
Oh no.
all. Man, you take some hits too. I would prefer to be sitting on the sideline. So I'll just say that. Like, I don't want to take any of that kind of contact.
I don't mind it.
Fair. And so we'll talk about, high school. You're in, the Dakotas. Come over here for AAU. How does your role as a player change in both those environments and situations? How are they different or how are they similar?
Well, they're really similar with, high school and AAU. I get to play with really good talent. On my high school team, I have Jaden Hale, Lincoln Donnelly.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously my AAU team is just all around talent. And not that it's not like that on my high school team. Those are just two names. Some differences, I don't know. I would say, obviously AAU, I play in Minnesota
Mm-hmm.
and school ball in North Dakota, but it's probably just high school being able to play like different ages. Like I'll play against seniors, I'll play against juniors, sometimes I'll play against eighth graders or freshmen. And it's cool to see that the levels of maturity, and it's super cool to play against the levels of maturity as well. So that's probably one of the biggest differences.
Do you have to guard Jaden in practice? Because that sounds like a handful. Because when I talk about physicality, that's another name that comes to mind.
Yeah, I do have to guard Jaden. It's I think I do pretty well, but she's 6'2". I do my best,
Fair.
and yeah,
Fair. Sometimes, you man, can't argue with height. I mean, at that point, you're like, you just got to body up and hope she misses.
you really do. She's probably a huge part of why I'm so physical because I
Hmm.
just have to, I'm just always battling against her. So
A lot of aspects. You can see a lot of aspects of like what you see from her in your game as well, for sure. That's why that makes sense that you guys would be teammates because I'm like, well, she learns from her every day in practice.
yeah.
Fair. What would you say? Now, I would say from the beginning of AAU, back in April-ish, end of March-ish, to right now, where do you think you've grown the most as a player this last season?
I think I've grown defensively. I've learned not only like quickness and positioning, but I've learned like mentally how to be like what are good opportunities to take on defense and what are good plays to make. And I've also, I think, I've grown from the beginning of the season to now. I think I've grown skills, I've grown maturity, and I think, yeah, just the mental aspect, just to be able to play this competition and to be able to be in this environment with these fantastic players and coaches. It's just mentally and in like
Hmm.
knowing the game better is how I've grown.
What were some of your favorite moments from this last AAU season?
Ooh. I mean, just probably Nike Nationals was one of them, just
So much
because
fun.
it was like towards the end of the season and everything was like coming together and working. and it was just fun to like leave it all on the floor and be able to play with them one last time and just go for it. So
I thought we were gonna bring up the game winner. I think we had
oh,
was
I think
it
yeah,
was it
it was
state
state.
was it state prelims or state finals?
I think it was the championship.
Yeah,
So yeah,
game winner.
yeah,
And I said you went right. I mean that once again physical.
yeah.
So yeah, I was waiting for that. I'm like game winner. Come on now, state tournament. So
That was what's coming up.
to bring speaking of that moment, let's talk about that. Like so. In those moments, are you one of them that like have you had to grown into kind of being confident to take that shot? In those moments where you wanted the ball, or is it kind of was it a different play? Like walk us through kind of how that play came together for that play.
Well, I mean, like from like the minute I was born, I've kind of been like confident and like so I was sort of like I want the ball, but I was I was willing to create, and
Mm-hmm.
all I wanted was obviously to hit a shot for teammates or me hit it or just whoever hit a shot, and so it was. I mean, in the huddle, my coach drew up a play, and it was just like pretty much get the ball in. Once I got it, I could either hand it off, or if
Mm-hmm.
the handoff wasn't open, just take it. And handoff wasn't there, and I just kind of in my head, I was like, "Here we go," and then I just went.
Fair. I mean, heck of a shot. I mean, like I said, focused on the rim, outstanding finish. I will say that.
There you go.
So we talked about Nike National a little bit. Where are some of the best places you've got to travel with AAU? I'm sure you're going all over the place, 10 different states and all over the place. Where are some of your favorite?
Um, I'll say Alabama was one of my favorite trips because I got to go with my dad. And I don't know why, but he loves it. He loves it in Alabama, and he said that he wants to live there, and he was just showing me all the spots because he's been there twice before me. So he was just showing me all the spots and like put like showing me their culture and just like
Love it.
everything. So that was one of my favorite trips.
Love it. So we're coming up now. I mean, we're a little bit further away from high school. I mean, it's coming soon pretty quick, but like the high school basketball season, we're a little bit away. We're waiting from snow, so I'm okay if it waits a little bit longer. But what what are some of your goals, maybe as a team and then as a player, coming for this upcoming high school season?
I think our goals as a team is to win state. I think we have a really good shot at it. And this whole season, I think we're just going to leave it all on the floor and just, you know, work our butts off and just try and hopefully get to that goal of the state championship. For myself, I think I would like to just continue to work hard and continue to always give effort no matter what. I would like to see myself this upcoming season be able to help lead my team. And I'd also, I mean, as the basketball is as the like actual game part, I would hopefully like to help my teammate. I would like to create for teammates, whether that's a steal, whether that's making a layup, or whether that's getting an assist to someone, just creating opportunities for everyone.
I like it.
This one.
I don't know if we have a schedule yet. Any like must like circle games circled like kind of like must see or kind of that you're really looking forward to, or is it all just kind of like them all equally?
I think, I think one of them would be us versus Davies. They won state last year. They're always fun to play against. And then I think maybe Shanley, us versus Shanley. They'll be good this year. Those are probably the two big ones that I would say.
Fair. Well, like I said, playing with North Tartan, playing around other high level players, playing at a high level yourself, always comes with a little bit of recruiting attention. Not getting any kind of specifics, but I always say like, how do that can be overwhelming. That can be kind of a lot coming at you at once. How do you personally kind of make sure you make sure it stays fun, kind of keep a level head and not let it get kind of overwhelming?
Yeah, I like to take it as like these coaches are watching me, so it's an opportunity. Like it's not. I don't like to take it as, oh my goodness, it's so stressful. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
coaches at the game. I like to take it as, um, the coaches are here, so it's an opportunity to be able to play for them, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. And another thing is just having role models in my life to help guide me through it. I have my mom, I have I have Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
I have coaches. I have teammates. And they help me through it and guide me through it. So that's another huge part of it.
I love it. So we've mentioned a few of them. Who would you say is some of the best players you've ever had a chance to play with, AAU or high school?
Ooh, I mean, right. Jaden's always so fun to play with, and same as Lakin, and I get the opportunity to play with them. Um, I don't even know. There's so many good players and so many talented teams and everything. So I mean, just
Right.
whoever.
We'll go on the
Honestly.
other side of that. Who are some of the best players you ever had a chance to play against, AAU or high school?
Ooh. Well, I mean, high school wise, we had two seniors last year and they graduated, but one's name was Jocelyn Schiller and she went to UND.
Mm-hmm.
And one's name was Ashton Safransky and she went to MSUM and they were both very good. To play against, I don't know, AAU.
I'll say
It
EYBL
was,
has some big names.
yeah, there is. I don't know. I mean, a team I really enjoyed playing against was Phenom, who ended up winning Nike
Mm-hmm.
Nationals. They were super fun. All really talented, all worked really hard, so they were fun to play against. So,
How do you feel like the EYBL circuit, playing against these big time players and names and, like I said, physicality, what you like? How do you think it prepares you for that next level, kind of to continue to grow as a player?
I think it prepares you, like physicality wise,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but it also prepares you mentally because you have to realize, like, yes, these are big names, and yes, this is a big environment and a
Mm-hmm.
sometimes crazy environment. But just like you have to ground yourself and say like, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to play, and let's just go play some basketball and just like work hard through
Fair.
everything.
How do you feel North Tartan is how would you describe like playing for North Tartan and how like it has helped you and kind of helped grow you as a player and as a game?
I mean, what I think for practices are intense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They are college level practices and they are there to get you better, like no matter what. So whether it's you need to get better shooting wise or defensive wise or you need to get quicker, whatever, they are there for you and they will make you better no matter what. So just the intensity level, it's always there. And just to get this experience again,
Mm-hmm.
it's with North Tartan, it's amazing.
I love it. We'll do some quick hits now. What's your go-to basketball shoe?
Ooh, I like Kobe's. I'll
Fair.
say.
If you're gonna be a shooter, I mean, come on. And then, what's your go-to hype song?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. I don't really have a go-to. I have a playlist that I play, and it's just like it's called Varsity because it was made for
Oh,
like
okay.
varsity practices, and I'll just play that before games.
Fair. Dream one-on-one opponent.
Ooh, I mean, this will probably but my mom when she was in college
Fair.
just to see how she played.
Just you could take mom out in her prime. Fair.
Oh, I think.
Current favorite food.
I'm a big fan of steak. I love,
Yes.
yeah.
Agree. Okay, so when we're trying to just separate from basketball and kind of just decompress and whatnot, where could people find you? Like, what's your like go-to to like get away from kind of basketball?
I'll even probably reading, which is a surprise to most people, but I'm a big reader, or listening to music or playing piano, probably. I also play the piano, so.
Fair. What's your current book that you're reading right now? What's like the current book that's got your
Uh,
attention?
right now I'm reading a memoir, and it's called Hooked, and it's about like crocheting.
Okay.
I don't know where I found it, but it's pretty good.
Hey, it decompresses you, it gets you away from basketball. We'll
It
take it.
does, yeah.
And so I always end with this question. When you're done with AAU and done with high school and off to college, what do you hope your legacy is that's left as, when people have watched you, kind of, the stamp that you put on the game once you've, stepped away from it and moved on to the next level?
Well, I mean, the thing I hope people will always say about me is that like she never stops working. Like
Hmm.
she's just constantly like head down, eyes forward, and just works. And like never lets a play go, never lets someone beat her or whatever. So just like confident. I hope people say that about me, and then I think just always working hard.
Ab-
That's what I hope.
Absolutely. I said it's an absolute joy to watch you play. Trust me, I don't get nearly as physical as you would. That's the reason I'm sitting on the bench or on the floor. I'm staying away from the contact. But once again, it was an amazing to see you play. Game winner. I think I got the video of it somewhere on their poster of the game winner. So once again, thank you so much for taking your time. I cannot wait to see you grow. We'll have a couple more years of you here in Minnesota for AAU. Maybe we'll take the trip out to see you in high school, or maybe got to come to Minnesota for one of those like breakdown events or something. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Have a great one. Well, like I said, take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.